On.
You're on. All right, let's call this meeting in order. And first order of business, welcome guests and public comments. I understand y'all would like to do, okay, you're on.
Oh, that was quick.
That was quick, wasn't it? Tell us who you are and what you're here.
My name is Catherine Lucero. I'm the director of the Colonia Dig Deep projects, where
Okay.
Dig Deep is a nonprofit, and we are excited to say a few words. This is Joaquin Duran, and he's going to give the big show.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joaquin Duran, and I come representing Dig Deep Rights to Water. Dig Deep is a nonprofit organization whose main goal is to help every family in the U.S. have running water into their homes. We have partnered with Lower Valley Water District to begin with several projects, some of which have already started construction, like Cuadrilla, and some who are about to begin, like Build a Newman. We also have several projects lined up for next year, for example, Castlefin and Hunt Drive. In this case, I'm standing here before you to discuss the upcoming permit request for Cuadrilla, which is scheduled for consideration this November. This permit is not just about Cuadrilla, it's about creating a vital water connection that will benefit families and the farmers in our community. As you may know, Cuadrilla is looking to establish a water connection that will serve not only their operations, but also provide essential resources to nearby households and agricultural activities. Access to reliable water is critical for our community's growth and sustainability. First and foremost, the water connection will significantly enhance the availability of water for local families. Many households in our area struggle with inconsistent water supply, and this initiative promises to improve the quality of life. A stable water source means families can have access to clean water for drinking, cooking, and sanitation. So for these reasons, we humbly request that you are all able to approve the permit to Cuadrilla this upcoming November.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I heard Lower Valley mentioned in there too, so you're working with Lower Valley.
Yes, sir,
Yes, sir.
we're actually doing the work and they're buying the materials.
Okay, that's great. And it's
So
going to be a
far,
connection
yeah.
off of the Lower Valley water, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So far, we've got 1,500 feet in already.
Wow.
It's moving.
Okay, that's fantastic.
And I think Hughes, I don't know if you're familiar with Hughes. It's right at the outskirts of Havens in Papalote.
Yeah.
We're gonna put, they're gonna help us put water, first time water there too.
I'll be darned. I didn't know they did that.
For
I
some
thought they
reason,
had it
Havens
perfect.
missed them.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
Good news. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your
very
time.
much. Thank you. Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dr. Blair and Jay for the information they gave me since last meeting. And for Miguel and Mr. Brooks, you know, I know that the people down in Unit 8 and 9 are aware of this, and they got wells, they're a lot better shape than I am. But this return flow, to me, is probably worth I'd probably trade 5 times lake water for one return flow water. It's that important. And when you're, you know, my cotton guys, Teres and Strachan and Lloyd are gone, they're not gonna be back. But for wheat and barley and oats and alfalfa, you know, I can't live without it. So just to keep that in mind, you know, when they talk about return flow, it's pretty vital to me down there.
Sure.
So,
We'd like to be able to go upstream and pump it
Yeah,
that way too, so.
well, right there at the Bayuca, they got all the water, just put a dam there in the city and y'all can have water for forever. It's been proposed. They keep blowing it off.
All right, thank you very much. Number 3, we got minutes, folks. Board members, minutes of September 11th. Second. Okay. I like that with one correction, maybe. Let me ask our English majors, I see one of those attorneys there. On letters, like for example, on 14, Claudia, I think it's just a small little, letters of no objection for natural gas service installed with the rights of way. It should be within, shouldn't it not? Just add the within, change that lettering.
Okay.
And I think it happened twice. I think that was one page on 14. Not page 14, but number 14. And then, I think it happened one other place. Anyway, just change that to within, okay?
Okay.
And that's what I heard Jared say with those, with that one little change, right, Jared?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Mike, did you second that?
Absolutely.
Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign. Okay. Looks like we got Lisa.
Yes.
There you are. Okay,
Good morning again.
good morning.
In front of you, I've placed your invitations for Employee Appreciation Day, our annual October 31st. It will fall this year, along with he's not here yet, but Robert, our legend, retiring. So we're gonna combine those two. So hopefully you all can make it, and just let us know if you'll be attending. We'll need to prepare an agenda.
Okay. It's on Halloween day, and
Yes.
Thursday.
We, about 10.
Gotta have early for it.
about 10.
Yeah, it's when the city, they'll start.
Yeah, okay. That's wonderful.
All right, and secondly, just information, our Zoom phone system, we've changed carriers from AT&T. So we have a new phone system that we're really excited about, just keeping up with technology.
Okay,
And it's also just a cost savings.
great. That's fantastic. And the Zoom must work, because I see 4 pictures up there.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
And that's it.
very good. Thank you,
All
Lisa.
right.
Appreciate it. Ah, Mary, boy, we're getting there quick.
We have several, good morning, we have several items on the agenda for this board meeting, to include our quarterly report and our budget for 2024-2025.
Okay.
The first report is our monthly investment for the month of September. We did invest 1.5 million in the certificate of deposit at Westar Bank at a rate of 4.25% for a 1-year investment.
Okay. And the bulk of money left at a 5.29 money market. I don't blame you. That's
Yes,
good.
we're fortunate to have that rate for the month of September. As of today, for a 1-month rate, under the treasury bill is 4.92. Correct.
That's gonna change every month, right?
Yes,
So you
it
gotta
does.
watch
And that rate does change daily with the treasury bill. And I know that Westar reflects off of that.
Okay. Now, what did you say about the 492 was on what?
A 1-month investment rate with the treasury.
Okay. 4.92. Did you notice when they went down the half point, nothing went down? The 2 years actually went up, 5-year went up, the 7-year, the 10, they all went up.
Correct.
Can you explain that to me?
I know there were several reports with the inflation, the growth, new hirees, new jobs that are still, that those rates have been high at this moment, which has helped steady the
Yeah.
economy. So I believe that's the reason for
Well,
those
it's just
rates.
strange to me that supposedly the Fed adjusts the low, short-term rates, and they knocked it down half a point and nothing moved. It actually went up. So, anyway, just interesting. All right. Okay, keep going.
The following is our balance sheet. We're doing very well in our collections of our accounts receivable. We just received in October 1st, which will be reflected on the following month, an outstanding invoice of $14,872, which was our annual licensing invoicing.
Wow. Okay. That's the good news.
That's a good news. If there aren't any questions questions, the next report is our net revenue. We can hold off on this one since it reflects the amounts under our proposed budget for 2024-2025. Or we can also go over
No,
it.
just go ahead and go through it, I think it's okay, fairly self-explanatory.
And we're, on our revenue side, we're at 98% against our proposed budget for 2023-2024. We do have 1 month more to go for our end of fiscal.
Yep.
The majority of our revenue has been received.
Okay. I might give it, all right.
On our expense side, we are at 90%. And the two expense costs for the month of October will be our wages, as well as final capital purchases that need to be paid and received.
And on your, the expenses, the capital purchases are way down on cement. That's because we made a decision not to purchase those?
No, our budget is 2.589. We are,
1.6.
correct, we have one invoice,
we
5
still have-
more that we have to pay out, correct?
Okay, so next month we'll see what
So
that,
use it up.
so
we
we'll see
will.
what it is next year. Okay. Okay, and I think we can go back to that if we need it when we get to your budget.
Correct. The following report is now our $1,000 check report.
Okay.
If you have noticed, it reduced significantly.
Yeah, I did notice that. I have one question. Who is Zorro Tools? Pete, Zorro Tools?
Zorro Tools is an online,
It's an online?
yes.
Okay, there's no presence in El Paso. This is all
No, not
online?
enough, yes.
Okay.
They carry a bunch of stuff, and they always have the best prices, and they carry a variety of equipment, oils, it's got all kinds of stuff. It's a good webpage.
Wow, okay.
Better prices and everything.
Yes.
Our flags, from flags to automotive parts,
The heavy-duty motor jack, heavy-duty jacks for
Yes.
mechanic shop. Okay. What is, and saying that, what is a flow line? What is a flow line? What does that mean?
it's,
Item 8, 9, and 10.
it's the sensor that shoots down into the water on our telemetry
Oh,
to gauge the flow of the water, the speed, the velocity
okay.
on our telemetry sites. So,
Wow.
yeah, it shoots a beam. And
Shoots
so,
up beam. So we don't have any more of those round gates and we're counting seconds as it passes?
no, it's an infrared.
It's
Yeah.
calibrated with a gauge.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's part of
Yeah,
it.
it measures the height of the water, not the
Yeah, the
velocity.
height. Yeah, sorry, the height, and then we've got the.
But no, it's just an ultrasonic there. We've used them since, Robert, we've used them for 30 years, it seems like, right?
Let's not say that long, get big 20.
25.
Yeah, there you go, in the middle. Yes.
Okay.
This is all part of a grant that we received, and we ordered for the 17 new sites. So we ordered
Oh.
parts.
So these monies I'm looking at
Are
are
all
possibly
reimbursable.
reimbursable?
It's all that one grant for telemetry of United States.
It's all.
50. It's a 50.
It's all reversed.
It's a 50.
50/50.
50/50?
Yes,
Okay.
200 and 200, and 200,000, it's a 400,000 total grant from USBR.
Okay. What happened to our little asterisk? Can we have a little asterisk telling us
So-
what they switched
It's under the
to?
category of reimbursable.
Oh, it is. Oh, I see the name. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Group them all
Hey,
together.
Jay, was it Mini Concrete on number 15, like the guys that gave us bad cement one time?
Yes.
We're
Yes.
still using them?
Yes, we'll use them for the small jobs.
Small jobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that
I don't think we'll use them for shotcrete anymore.
Who's this? I'm sorry.
Mini concrete.
Mini concrete.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that, how are we doing that, cause we had a rough time.
Yeah, with one of the projects, that's what I was asking.
Yes, we use them on, this was concrete for the ponds, is what, I understood, right, we used it
Yes.
for the ponds. I'm not,
I mean,
yeah,
if you guys are
those
good with
guys.
it, you know, just asking.
I mean, the concrete's pretty good as far as their
Okay,
ready mix. It's the shotcrete we have trouble with.
okay.
That's just the mix on it. They're deterred.
Are they, do you just select the best price, or is there a cycle of rotation?
We go by price.
We go by
Price driven.
Price, and this is 2 trucks, so we go by price, it was a small job, it was an internal job on the head walls at the pond, but yeah, Pete and Richard, prices, yeah, he called it. they
Price
changed-
driven and
they changed
availability.
date and availability, yeah.
Sometimes the
I
best
think,
time.
I think Mary, Miguel, Mary can give you a copy of the purchasing policy, so it follows the statutory requirements, and then some of the ones that fall below statutory requirements, the amounts, I think it's 25,000 below that, and that's board policy, but Mary's got a copy that
Okay.
shows how each cost categories has to be managed.
I kind of figured you did that, because you had mentioned that a while back. My only concern is that it's concrete, and concrete is a very finicky product, right? Because at the end of the day, just because you have the best price, sometimes if the truck's got to be set back, Pete's standing around, time is money, all these things are factored into it. So, yeah, we look at best price, but sometimes we have to have the ability to say, okay, what's the best value for the district? So those are the things that I always keep that in mind.
Well, if it doesn't pass the sump test and they don't give us the paperwork on it, then they reject it. But I think most concrete companies are, as long as they know you'll reject a load, they're pretty good about making sure everything meets the specification. So where we had a problem with this company was they weren't meeting the specification. And
Okay.
that's why we've stopped using them for that particular product.
Gotcha.
Number 13, I guess this would be for Pete, for those 2 sheets of 4x8, what's AR 400, is that the hardened stuff?
That's, yeah, this is this is what we use for our gates, when we're building our check gates in our
Right.
system. Yeah, it's one sheet of 3/16 and the other one's a 1/4 inch.
So the 2 sheets are
Yeah.
that high now. Wow. But it's not mild steel.
No,
What is
it's
AR
hard-
400, is it?
Okay, I'm sorry?
What does the AR 400 stand for, I forgot?
Is that the aluminum gates, Pete, or the steel gates?
No, these are steel plates, Al.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, it's the hard steel.
Yeah, hard.
It's
Raising.
hard steel. I really don't know what the AR 400 stands for.
I'm not, George, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, abrasion.
It's usually
Abrasion resistance.
abrasion,
usually
abrasion resistance.
That what it stands for, Jack?
So, but we don't know whether 400 is
Well,
high.
formable, it's a hard steel, yeah.
It's a hard steel.
Well, formable, yeah.
I guess that's 4,000, 40,000.
That's the hardness, yeah, the hardness is 400.
Okay.
On 41 now, I think you've explained it to me several times, that's for the Sia Dam, or? Or
Elephant View.
Elephant View.
Elephant View? Okay.
That's, it goes, well, we split it with Elephant View at a ratio, but I think we paid, how much, 25% or so? Or Barry knows the number.
But he's
Yes.
talking about Elephant View Dam.
Yeah, it's the
Yes,
dam.
it's
It's the dam, it's Elephant View? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we still split it.
Yeah, we split it with the
Yeah.
ID,
I
yes.
don't know, the number's higher than the Sia Dam, you're right, but I know that DBID pays more than we do.
Yes, they do.
5743.
I would think so.
That's what I would think.
Yes, that's what it is.
That's what popped in my brain.
We just got the ones for December, last week on Friday from the Bureau.
They send you out monthly?
It's a quarterly.
Quarterly, okay. Oh, yeah, it says. Okay, anybody else?
We're good.
All right, Mary?
Following is our credit card report. The next following months, you will see expenses due to the employee appreciation, the celebrations, the district banquet. And so,
Anybody see any problem with that? Okay. Yes, sir. All right, the next report, legal and consulting. Just so you all know where our money's going.
It's following the water.
What water? I don't think.
Water finds its own level, is that what you're telling me? Now that it's shut off.
I'm just saying, money runs uphill to water, or pipe.
Yeah, it does, that's true.
Water runs uphill to money.
Yeah. Okay, next is our quarterly report. So this is the end of the quarter. These figures should be pretty much a match of what you had
on the monthly September report, correct?
Exactly. So, let me look real quick. Yeah.
For this quarter, our interest received on those investments, $205,599. As of September 30th, we have collected $1,078,468 in interest. Correct.
What a change from a few years ago. What a change.
But unfortunately, we will see
It's
a
going to
decrease.
Okay. We need
For us
to
people that pay interest, that's good, we wanna see it.
Yeah, yeah, for most people like me that got mortgages, we want us to decrease. All right, we need, board approval of this quarterly report.
Yes,
Is
we
that
do.
correct?
Yes.
All right,
Move to approve.
all right, Mike moved to approve. Larry second, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, same sign. All right, Mary. Now we're going.
Right, now's the good part.
Now the good one.
The first page is just a summarization of our proposed budget for the new year for 2024-2025. We did meet with our executive committee a couple of weeks ago and went over certain items. And we had decided to leave the rates as is, the land assessment at 25 and the water delivery at 10, as well as our accounting service charges at 20.
So we left everything the same, or we're recommending the same?
We're recommending correct.
Why don't you point out some of the important lines there, you or Al, on the on that front page there? I think that pretty much explains it.
Yes, our estimated revenues will be at $13,172,000, and our estimated expenses, with working with management, we did look at certain items that we could reduce for the new fiscal at $14,715,542.
Which leaves, you guys can see, $1.5 million less.
Change and a decrease in funds, correct.
On that last line there. Okay, and kind of, yeah, go ahead, Al.
You guys will get to it on the capital project, but I just want the board to know that we, on our multi-year plan, I think we're in the 8th year of our 5-year plan, or 9th year. So, we're still continuing to make system improvements, and that's the reason we're gonna run a deficit, because we're using a burn rate similar to what we said, approximately $2 million of the district's funds. Of course, we're matching those funds with grant money to get more production out of it. But just to let you know, we did not decrease, we didn't increase it either. We kept it in the relatively in the $2 million range of contribution. I think the exact number's in the capital project sheet,
No, 2.6.
Correct, 2.6.
2.6. Yeah.
Correct, and of the 2.6, we will, the revenue of 420,000 is reflected under the revenue due to reimbursement on certain grants.
Are we good with 47 with the well maintenance and fuel going into a slow year? We'll probably have to start pumping those all the time.
Yeah, I saw that too. I think, these budgets are always open to adjustment at some point. But that's where we're set right now. If it looks worse, Jared, then we'll have to make that adjustment. I think the main lines y'all wanna look at is, there's line 20, or from my point of view, you see the total available funds last year at this date, 14,085. And if you move up to line 14, you see what we're estimating, and that'll be pretty close, a few dollars change, 13.4. And then if you go all the way down to that bottom, you'll see the adjustment's gonna be 11.9, and that's on line 49. So you can see what we're doing. Our reserve is gradually getting eaten into, but we know we're looking at a pretty rough, it appears, year, and that's why the executive committee recommend we keep the rates the same, because if we may be having some, it may be a little tight this coming year. And we have those reserves for a purpose, and we're using it right now for that same purpose. We're not giving up on a lot of the capital stuff, we're still gonna do that. And we're gonna slow down other things. Okay? So that gives you the figures. We're gonna end up with funds balance of 11.9 if everything works like we say. And Jared, you're right, if we end up having to move the wells a lot, we'll be changing those numbers too.
Correct, and we will come, as we have done so before, and request an amendment to those accounts and make those adjustments. For the new, the following sheet will reflect the capital assets and proposed project expense for the year. We did make a significant reduction from 2.5 this year to 6.587 on the capital asset purchases.
Yeah, that's quite a reduction, or we're not shooting ourselves in the foot though, we're okay on that.
Yes, we've met with management, Pete and Robert in regards to the items that they were needing for this year.
Okay. Is that right, Pete?
Yes, sir.
As discussed before, we might have a few items that
It might have, yeah, we may
might
be
need
forced.
repairs, be forced for repairs, but at that time, we will come to the board and make those adjustments as needed.
Things break sometimes. Okay.
We'll talk later there. We'll talk later.
Okay. You got it.
No, we're good.
All right, let's go in the next couple of pages, Mary, if I'm not mistaken, just more of a detail, right?
Yes, Mr. Argus, the detail on the revenue and the expense line.
Okay. Anybody got any questions there? I have one. Line 4251. The third party implementing, we're still thinking we're getting 4.5 for the coming year?
We do have one remaining 1.7 million for fourth quarter that will reflect on the new fiscal. And I know Al and Jay will be working with El Paso Water to stabilize the annual rates or incoming funds.
Okay, so that 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's what we discussed with the executive committee on and we can, I get advice of attorney, it's a contract negotiation, so it probably should be enclosed if you want to go into detail on it.
Yeah. No, but we can say that we are in discussions with them to try and figure out some sort of a leveling off process. Yeah.
It's beneficial to both parties, and they've been very supportive of it, and you know, both parties have been very busy with other real-time issues, and so we got it done last year. We wanted to get it done last year. You recall, I reported to the board, and Jay's talked, and I've talked to people at the city, and they want to move forward with it just as much as we want to.
Okay. Well, it makes sense, because like you said, it's a win-win for both sides, really. Okay. Wow, there's where that interest was. Okay. Okay, just quickly on 504 and 505, US Bureau of Dam Maintenance, did they go up on us? Is that what's happening? It's quite a bit higher.
Yes, they were, with this year, based upon their actuals, there was, they did not meet, or they provide an estimate on the projects or maintenance to the repairs of the dam. And when they don't meet that and we've overpaid, we receive a credit. So the reason there's a difference from this year to next year is those credits were reflected in this current year. So then the next year it's reflecting all the maintenance and improvements that they're making for the year.
Okay, so are you trying to tell me it's not that big of a jump?
No, that's usually the amount that they assessed on a yearly basis.
The 180 and the 114?
Yes.
But what she's saying is it's kind of normal.
We
had
received
some
credits, yeah, we
Yes.
received some payments
for
this
the
year
last
that
couple, yeah.
reduced the amounts that are.
So it doesn't look as big, I mean, it's not really that big of a jump compared to what.
Yeah, no, they estimate them high and then come back and bill us,
Okay.
give credit us, and we pay it at the time. I was asking Mary the same, I was like, what happened here, but.
And this year there were significant credits.
Yes, so that's why it shows that we haven't paid much.
Well, we can pray for more credits. Okay.
Guess that's better than us billing us, showing us low, and then
And then
billing us
surprising
more.
us, yeah, surprising at the end of the year, yeah. Okay. And there's that 61,500, the one that, that's why I asked Pete, 2.5, we're down to 658. Okay. Anybody else got any questions on those, more detailed, expenses and revenue pages? Anybody? Yeah, I like the way it was laid out, Mary. It's fairly easy for me to figure it out this year. I didn't have to do too much jumping around, so.
Thank you.
Let's go
And the
to,
final report is our capital projects, which is a more
Yeah.
detailed information on the projects that we will be working on.
thanks. The ones that stood out to me were the canal lining and canal cleaning on under 7 project. And we're still continuing those this year, it appears. I think that's gonna be money well spent, because the Island Main and the Riverside, and all those places need it. I do notice you have the zoo in there. Are we bringing that zoo back in, or is?
That is a grant. It's a grant, and it's a 50/50, so it'll be 600 and 600.
600 and 600 from us?
No, actually.
No, it's 300.
300 and
Oh,
300.
300 and 300?
Yes, it's a long-standing grant here, and we were, Al and myself, we.
No, I think, Jay, I think you're right, because our labor's not down on that one, is that right? We're gonna contract
Well, we're
it
gonna
out.
contract, we're gonna put a bid package together and contract it out,
So we don't have to even get in?
No, this will be, we'll put it for bid and contract it out and have a contractor. It's within the zoo, and there's a lot of stipulations regarding the zoo and the animals and hours and traffic, and so, yeah.
Well, we renegotiated with the Water Development Board. It's actually on the perimeter, where we're not doing any work within the main corridor of the zoo. It's that part of the canal got designated, I don't know when it happened, I guess many years ago, as a historical site. So we're only gonna do the turns at the end and where we have quite a bit of sand built up, and so we won't be in the zoo's area, and we don't have to mobilize on their property. So we greatly simplified the project. It's contingent on us bidding it and receiving a bid that fits this budget. If it doesn't, we'll probably come back to the board to see about canceling the project. But if we can get it done for this amount, it's at a 50% savings to us because of the grant. Then that would be, I think, good for the district.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
So as part of the renegotiations, we were able to get more money from the.
Right, because of the inflation and also because the environmental work hadn't been done, and we're still in the process of finishing it up, but we do not think that we'll get permission, and I don't, it's not a bad thing, because we don't have the money for it anyways, to line the section by the historical monument.
Right. And this was submitted before COVID. So
Yes.
there's a lot of factors that played into it.
So the limits were reduced to 50% of the original amount on the application for the grant. And EPCWID1 board understood that and worked with us to agree.
No, I'm glad you were able to do that, because it was looking very
The
bleak.
cost pre-COVID is not, not the same as post-COVID. So yeah, they work with us, so that's where we're at today.
Good job, well done. I'm glad you guys were able to pull it off.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, it's under right now, the engineering work's under review by Water Development Board, and it's also contingent on them approving that. We think they will, but doesn't happen very quickly. It takes a significant amount of time. So right now, the only environmental work, we think Jay can get that done pretty quick, is the historical commission's approval, so we'll start that. And then we've got the actual, since it's going out for bid, they have to approve the bid documents, and we're still in the process of preparing those. But this one is somewhat of a contingency. If we, for some wonderful reason, we should get enough water early into the reservoir, then this one we probably will not do number 9, this one. We'll just keep that in mind, but right now, as soon as I give you guys my report, you'll probably agree with me that we probably will have time to do it. That's not a good thing, though.
No,
it's a good thing. That's not a good thing, but I have time.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Okay. He's gonna tell us the dam's right.
I'm just trying to warm you guys up for the.
Yeah.
This is good news here, so get ready for mine.
All right. All right. You can't let Mary off this easy, guys. Come on.
Makes it pretty easy to read.
Yeah, she does. Good. Put together very well, Mary. Thank you. Anybody got anything more for Mary that you'd like to add on any of those more detailed sheets or anything? Anybody?
Want to look at the capital equipment next, Mary?
We have done so well.
We've already done.
Okay.
Yeah, we already
Already
did
looked at that.
Yeah. We'll get down with your napping over there.
When I was trying to get my very short report to you done, right?
Yeah. Okay, Mary, thank you very much.
Thank you. We just need a board approval.
Oh, you need board approval, that's right, of the budget, of the proposed budget.
Yes.
All right.
Move to approve.
All right, Mike made the motion. Second. And George seconds it. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Okay, you got it.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you very much, Mary. Hello, Rose.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our first item, we have reviewed tax report and tax adjustments. There were no tax adjustments. Our next report is for information purposes. It's the City of Council on behalf of Public Service Board, Lower Valley Water District assignments and taxes.
Lower Valley beat that city again.
Yeah, we did get a few in September. Any questions?
Oh, it's trending in a good direction.
Our next report is a comparison between the 2022 and 2023 tax assessment. For 2022 at the same time, we're at 97.7357. Right now, we're at 97.7570.
Doing good. Doing great.
Any questions on that report?
No?
Our next item is setting the tax rate for 2024. This is for against the irrigable lands and setting the rate against persons who use water. And like we mentioned earlier, it's the same amount that we had last year.
Right,
For
and
2024.
everything's the same.
Yes, sir.
Did we always do this in two different motions for the tax exempt?
Yes, sir. We've done
We
it
have to
separate.
make two separate motions, right?
Yes. And I do want to point out on the tax assessment, we have $25 per acre, and the allotment, there's the water delivery, there's allotment and non-allotment. And that also includes the county service fee. So we have tax assessment, the water delivery, and the administrative fee, which is the county service charge. That would be the rate for 2024 for those irrigable
Oh,
lands.
yes. Which is down there at the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So our first item of business, these are the proposed rates,
Which are carbon copy
You're-
of last.
which are carbon copy of last year. The executive committee thought we'd leave it the same, even though we had a good water year. We know we're looking in the teeth of not a good year. So we thought we'll try and give everybody another year. And we had enough reserves, as y'all saw. Okay, so, then I would entertain a motion for the 2024 tax rate assessment, water delivery, and administrative fees. First, on the allotment water, is that correct?
This is on the tax assessment, the water delivery charge, and the accounting service charge.
All right,
So I need a motion.
Move to
Any
approve.
input?
all right.
Second it.
Mike made the motion, Larry second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, anyone opposed, same sign. The next
The
one
next item, yes,
is
sir.
for the tax exempt,
Yes, this is for the water supply to tax exempt entities.
such as schools and so
Yes.
on and so forth.
Yes, sir.
And it's the
that-
same as last year, too?
Yes, sir, at $45 per acre foot, and it also includes the county service charge of $20 per owner.
Okay. Everybody understand that? Do I hear a motion?
I move to accept.
George
Tax
made
rate
a motion,
for tax exempt lands.
Second.
and Jared second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed, same sign. Okay.
And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rose.
Thank you.
Sonia, both of y'all, thank you
Thank you,
very
Rose.
much. Appreciate it. Unlike Jay's report, it says none right here when you turn the page, which is good, that's okay. You're doing good.
I wanted to give you an update just on the
Go ahead.
Lower Valley Water's presence here this morning
Okay.
for Claudia. We received those applications in August for
They have to cross what, the Frank
the
River?
river drain and the Claudia lateral.
What river? Okay.
So they were received mid-August. I have reviewed them and I have been in contact with Lower Valley. There's some corrections that need to be made on the engineering plan. But yeah, they've got some monies, I guess, with these folks. They need to be, they said they should be built by the end of the year. They just got started a few weeks ago, so they're, I told them we'd have on the agenda next month if they submit the corrections as requested. So that's where that's at. And this project has been, I think it's been before y'all as far as the necessity of water and sewer in that area and whatnot. So we are working with them and to make sure, and the county for a roadway that's proposed to go back there as well, so that is ongoing, so, you know, we were waiting for them to submit applications to that application, we can't do anything
You can't
to
do
help them. So, we, finally received them, and, there are some changes that are needed, but, that's, this morning.
Well, and the fact that Jerry was here is a good indication that they're aware of it too.
Yes, and they are,
Okay.
we need to get going on that, but, that's it, obviously, we finished another successful year in irrigation and went very well, and Robert and now would speak to more of that here in a minute, but any questions, be more than happy to answer any.
All right. That brings up Al Blair. Al, what you got?
All right, here to ruin your day.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
It's not
You
good.
got 1 year off of being a good.
You got 1 year off being a, yeah, we won't say which.
With positive news, now we're back.
Okay.
Can you guys see that on the screen?
No.
No.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, let me move this, hold on.
you need to move it over. So
Yep, I got it.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow,
Wow.
what happened?
Wow.
We used water.
Well, the water flows downhill to you guys, so this isn't going downhill to EPID and us. And nothing flowed in. Oh,
Yeah.
so
It's about 120, is that what that is? 110?
yeah, I'm gonna talk to. There's the numbers. Can you see those?
Yeah.
Yes.
So combined, we got 130. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you can't release all of it. It's
No, you can't.
So I don't know, nobody really knows how much, but it's probably between 80 and 100. So that puts us at 4%. So we haven't been this low in quite a while.
We had fish kill, is that what they call it?
Yeah, well, that's what the 30 to 50,000 reserve, part of it's debt storage, but part of it's an environmental, and we haven't ever, we've been able to avoid that number. To 2013 was the last time, and but hopefully we'll get some rains between now and probably June 1st is what it's looking at right now. Just we'll have to coordinate highly with EPID this coming year. There isn't any indication, short of rainfall and flooding during the winter, that if we get snow, we're not going to have snow by March. It's going to be snow in March. So it won't show up until, May at the earliest, and so it's gonna be happening. It's still probably, even if we did get a snow and some runoff, it's still gonna be probably June 1st before we can release. But I guess I can be hopeful.
You've been lying.
No, he wasn't.
So 30-day forecast, seems like the bad conditions are centered right over our watershed, huh?
Yeah. It's been that way for months.
Year?
Yep.
Or years, yeah.
So the antecedent moisture conditions are dropping fast, or they've already dropped quite a bit. But I'll talk about, I don't really start looking at any forecasting other than the stuff provided by NOAA until, typically we wait till February because none of it's reliable. Antecedent moisture is an indication of how bad the problem is, so we'll start looking at that, and you'll see it next month. It's already not looking very good, but those are the what's called the Palmer drought indices. They look at how much moisture is in the soil. If we look at the forecast, and for 3-month forecast, November, December, January, it gets worse.
Yeah.
I guess it's a little better in the watershed, but then the epicenter of the above normal temperature and below normal rainfall falls right over us,
Yeah.
West Texas. So I guess NOAA's conspiring to do this to make me feel bad. I don't know. So that's all I have for right now. It's that wish I had something positive to show you. We won't be able to calculate how much of the water that's left in storage is available for allocation until the end of the month. It's actually due in early November, so I'll report that to you then. We're probably gonna hold some water back for evaporation. We usually in fact, there's never been a year that we didn't get enough water inflowing to the reservoir to pay for the evaporation during the winter, because there's not as much evaporation. But this year has some, not a high probability, but it has some probability that will happen. That'll put it in the category of the drought of record for the winter if it happens. So, but that hasn't happened yet. But this has the feel of 2013 happening again. You guys remember 2013? I don't know, Robert, do you remember what the allocation was? 6 inches?
6 inches.
Yeah. Bien poquito.
Well, 6 inches.
I think that when they would shut off and started in June and shut off in August.
Something like that,
Yeah. So August 1st almost.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I think EPA ran for 30 days, we ran for 45 actually, it was turned out. So then, Garrett's correct, what we'll do is we'll move heavily to sewage and the wells. We don't like to run the wells unless we can dilute it. So I would say during that 45-day period, we're gonna want every single well running as much as possible.
yeah.
All right, I'll answer any questions. Anybody see anything positive in this? I don't. Believe me, I look for positive stuff. I just can't find it.
We might have to have alcohol the next time Al talks.
Here to start.
A little early. Can we move the board meeting to the evening?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay. Wow, all right, thanks for that uplifting report, Al.
Okay, now I'll turn it over to Enrique for the return flow report.
Actually, it's Robert
Robert,
today.
Robert's gonna do it. Okay. I just realized Sharon's not here.
Finally get to see the light.
It's on vacation.
The kids are off from school last week and this week.
Oh, she took a great vacation.
The county shut down, it's a 2-week break, so a lot of folks are.
For the last time?
After you. No, Enrique took off on vacation. I told him to take his vacation because it'd probably be the last vacation I have. No, but he went out for the family, but I'm here to just kind of, like Al said, symbolize the end of the year, and it was a good year. Anytime you have water for, 7 months, it was a good year compared to last year. Last year we had 5 months, the year before that we had 4 months, so this year was a good month. And compared to last year to this year, we watered quite a few acres more. One of the indications, last year we watered 205 compared to this year 262,000. So we delivered a lot more. And the crazy thing about it, last year for 5 months, we used 225,000 acre feet. And this year, was a long year, we still delivered 287. This is just numbers that I'm using. Al still has to work for through August and September, but I'm just using numbers strictly off the release, how they coming out. We came out with 287. I think we're at 286, Al, that were allocated the last time we got it. So
Yeah, I think we'll probably be closer to 300 when it's all done, but that's it's not a huge amount of difference.
Yeah, but we came in pretty close to what we were allocated. We didn't go over. Al still projected to use the wells. We held off using the wells because they are very costly. They'll drive Mary's budget crazy, and she won't talk to me when we're in the wells, so we let them off. But we did use them for a while, which we helped to keep them running, to make sure that they were functional for you guys next year, and hopefully they will. So it went pretty good compared to 23 to 24. 23 was tough because we had small tracks 10 times, 10 waters in a 5-month period. This one there were 7, so we were a little bit easier, but it went pretty smooth. Me and Pete were talking about it yesterday, considering all the new men that we have out there, and, you know, it was tough, but, you know, luckily, like Stone Jay, we didn't have the major fish rates. We had little overflows here and there, it got away from us. I think our men kind of sometimes relax too much with our telemetry and say, well, the telemetry didn't give me the alarm. I said, well, guys, check, you know, don't wait for the alarm. Before, we didn't have no telemetry, right, Pete? We just worked around it. Now they relied on the telemetry, but we had a good year. Now we're down to what we call the return flow. The return flow came in at us when we shut off the dam. We didn't fear it was gonna be that great, but a lot of acres did come in. And I think it kind of started panicking with me, and they said, well, because the only best thing we can do is what the board always directed us, go to 2 inches and get it delivered. So far, we've done pretty good with it. We were close to over 7,000 acres when they first started down. We're down to 2,500 acres left to come on. We got 1,700 on the board right now, but we're taking it like normal return flow. We're through in Sanelli. We're through in the Clint. Once we get out of there, we don't go back. And we're still in the Celestral. We're hoping to get out of the Celestral by this weekend. On the Lower Franklin, we'll get out of there this weekend. So by this weekend, all we'll have left is unit 9A and 9B. That's where most of the acres are at. 9A still has like 1,200 acres. 9B still has about 800. So that's where the acres at. So we'll divert all our water down there come Saturday, but the unfortunate thing, come Saturday, we need to take the water out of the American Canal, so we lose the Montoya drain, because the boundary needs to get in the American Canal to start doing that underground portion. And they'll start next, well, the 16th, and then we'll give them back the canal by the middle of February. So if we want to start return flow early, and it's usually a very good tool to start return flow early, to maybe get some of those pecan acres out of the way early, and then see what's gonna happen with the cotton come March. And with the way Al says, there might not be enough water next year.
Robert, you wanna start return flow about the 15th of February, or?
Well,
We don't know yet.
I kind of always like it as soon as possible, because by middle of February, they usually, a lot of the pecan people will wanna start watering, and might as well use it, but there'll be parts that we won't be able to deliver. I know, for instance, the item name will be out of commission probably to March,
At least.
in March or June, you know. He's gonna work on it as much time as we give him. There you go.
So I want the board to know that we're having discussions between Pete, Robert, me, Enrique, and Jay. They're real time, and that if we know that the return flows are a priority this year to the board members, and that the construction takes secondary. So to the extent that, I mean, obviously the island main's in bad shape. If we have something that's absolutely necessary, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna try to get it done early so that we can get return flow to everybody through, there's some systems we're gonna lose on return flow. We have no control over that, but it's not a huge amount of water. But for example, that cleaning of the Riverside Canal, that's secondary to delivering return flow. I just wanted you guys to know that.
Okay. But that Riverside, Al, if y'all do it, it's not gonna be in the return flow area. We usually divert everything down the feeder, down the island main, well, the island feeder and the Franklin Canal, so. Yeah,
right, yeah, we'll reroute everything we can, you're right. There's just that work on the bank, and so that won't affect it. Right?
Trying to use the Riverside from the Patrio all the way to the I-0, the island main heading, you lose so much water through it. You know, you can put 50 feet down the canal to the Riverside, and you're lucky if you get 20 down there. It just kills you. I know some of the farmers that irrigate on the Riverside, they say that we don't we don't feed them fairly. You say, well, anyway, you got 2 inches. Where you want to take it? Take it on the Riverside, and or take it down where you like on the Clint or the Sanelli. Like I always tell them, you got to use the water more wisely. Where you can deliver farmers to 6 farmers versus 1, you're going to go with 6, and that's just the way it's gotta work, you know, you use the water more efficiently for everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to do. But the return flow, again, it's working, and then we're down to the end, down there in Unit 9. And it should work out pretty good. Hopefully, we don't have to run it past the 24th of October. But it's going. And that wrapped it up, and hopefully next year, Al, like I said, it's not looking good, guys.
No.
But
So-
we've always managed some way or the other. That's the craziest thing about it.
We have, so does that mean you're rescinding your
Kind of
retirement?
He said, see you next
Is
year.
that what I heard? He's gonna stay on another year?
I've been home for a week and a half, and I find out every time I picked up here, my wife talking, everybody's telling me, how you doing, how you doing? I said, what are you doing, telling these people, they think I'm gonna kill you or hang you, or? No, but they think that you're gonna hurt me. He said,
She's not ready for you to come back?
she's ready to just, you know, she would totally say, Robert, if it makes you happy, stay another year. I said, no. No, even the doctor told me, Monday, stay.
God, we're gonna miss you, fella.
Yeah, it's been fun, guys, you know, but I gotta go.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
Hey,
Thank you, Rich, appreciate it.
I wanna say,
Yes.
you're gonna be a hard guy to follow, so I wanna, you know, out of my heart, I appreciate it. No,
Yes, we do. We all do.
I'm gonna miss you.
Stop it.
We're stopping pretty good. All right, that's it.
Like I told my guys out there, he's retiring, he's not dying.
He's gonna be checking in on Enrique every day, what are you doing now? No, that'll work.
Don't worry.
There's gonna be a phone call away, don't you worry, you might be in the
That's
front.
right.
We know where he lives.
Hopefully Enrique's gonna be calling you a lot anyway, so make sure he's got your cell phone.
Well, 50 years ago, I never figured this would happen. I figured I'd be kicked out.
We're gonna put all the telemetry on his new cell phone, so that he
There you
can.
go. That's exactly right. Make sure he can follow it, so.
Man, but, you know, working with Al has been fun.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a rough time, but it's been
Well,
fun.
there were some days that we weren't sure we were gonna make it to sundown, right?
Right. But down here now, we've always had fun.
Good.
I enjoy working with that man.
For that great.
See,
But that's.
He'll be around. He'll be around.
We can edit that out if you
I think Robert and I, one thing we succeeded in is we never got in the newspaper, right, Robert? Not
Right.
once.
That is good.
That
Day's
says it all.
not over.
That's a win.
All right, gentlemen, this, Pete, we're ready for you. Go ahead.
Wanna get me up here?
Got it, share the screen here. Share.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pete.
Okay, so we're gearing up to go into this maintenance season. We're finishing up on our mowing, some of our herbicide. So I think you'll be seeing the mowers out there probably about another month or so. Right now, we're targeting unit 7, so I'm moving all the mowers to one unit, try to knock it out, then I'll be taking them on down. I've also started already working with TechStop and the city of El Paso on getting some of these culverts cleaned out. As you can see, it's well needed. This is the Escalante Wasteway, actually over by Escalante Park. It's right on Alameda. So I've got them working on this, and I've also got them working on North Loop and Yarborough. Well, almost by Yarborough. The branch A goes under North Loop, and I'll show you some pictures right now on some of our.
Is that a car in there?
What?
It's like a damn.
Looks like a
van
car,
right
like the
there.
backside of a car.
I wouldn't doubt it, but no, I don't think so. But yeah, they're going out there, they're cleaning it out. This is all TechStop. Today, they were gonna start on North Loop on the branch A. Robert's been having a lot of trouble with this branch A. This is the section that starts right back where J.J. Arms' house used to be, goes underneath North Loop, and then it goes underground for about 750 feet. then comes out right behind the Walmart. Comes back up. So that section there is our responsibility to maintain. It's a license that was issued out to Albertsons back in the early 90s, I believe it was 93 or 94. And we've never done anything to it.
Wow.
So now we're having to go in there and try to clean it out. We've exposed a couple of manholes. Got about maybe half the pipe is full of sediment, rocks, and you name it. Unfortunately, it's a elliptical pipe. It's elliptical pipe, so we really can't get any men down there. It's, I believe it's just the fumes under there are too toxic, so.
Wow.
So I'm working with a couple of companies to see what they're gonna charge us to try to jet it out. So yeah, what they'll do is they'll go in there, they'll jet it. They'll jet it, every manhole, they'll go in there.
Wow.
The license says that there should be a manhole about every 100 feet. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. Again, this was done back in the 90s. I believe the license was issued by the Bureau of Reclamation. So, so right now we're out there destroying the landscaping for Walmart, trying to find these manholes. We have found one, and we're looking for a second one. Whether it's there or not, I don't know.
You mean they put asphalt right on top?
They put landscaping on top of it, and they covered it.
Oh.
They covered it, yeah. So I found
700 foot?
750 feet, yes, sir. So I found one manhole on the pavement part closer to the outlet, and I found another manhole as soon as it comes up off North Loop, which is about 260 feet from the outlet. But the ones in between, they've covered them up with landscaping. So I'm destroying their landscaping, trying to find these manholes. And as I mentioned, I've already found one, but we're still looking for one more, hoping we have one more.
We're not paying for all that, are we? We're not paying for that.
It is ours, yes.
No, we have
It's
to.
a-
Not to replace
Not
it.
to replace it.
No,
It's
not
a-
to replace
it's
it, no, the license says that whatever damage I create,
That's
it's on them.
Right,
First of all, they should have never covered up my manhole.
precise.
Sorry.
Perfect.
So yeah, and I've met with Walmart, and I've met with McDonald's, and I have advised them on
Don't we have the original blueprints that
We do.
Exactly where they're?
it. It doesn't show, the manholes, it'll show the alignment, but it doesn't show the manholes, but it does say on there that I should have a manhole every 100 feet. But as I mentioned, I don't have them every 100 feet.
That's in writing, but yeah, none of the plans, there are no plans, I don't know.
Yeah.
There, the normal requirement is 400 feet, every 400 feet.
Right, no, I understand, but what I'm saying is the license states every 100.
Oh, it does, okay.
Yes, yeah, because I did find licenses.
Yeah, it does, it was issued by the Bureau.
Yeah, it was issued by the Bureau in 1993.
96.
But, yeah, they don't seem
So-
to be there, they seem to be scattered.
Yeah, so I'm going in there, I mean, Walmart pays us a yearly fee to maintain. They've been doing this since 1993. So we have been collecting, they have been paying.
Wow.
So now I guess it's our turn to go out there and clean it out.
3,000 a
It's a 50-year license, when's it expire?
year. Yes, 50 years.
So we're at 30 right now, so.
I'll put it down on my calendar.
Tear it out.
Yeah, I think at 50 years, we make them replace the whole thing.
Yeah, 2043.
Yeah, so this is the same culvert that we just saw with all the trash, but this is looking at it from the upstream side. And then just some of the work that's being done again in our welding shop. This here is the piece that holds the bucket to our gradle. And you can see how it's kind of egg-shaped already. So our welder's gone in there, fills it, re-holds it, brand new bushings, and just rebuilds it completely. There it is already with the new bushings in place. This is some of our oil lines going to the gradle. Also, they were leaking, so we braced them. That's the oil line. And then some of our pins, you can see the pin on the right, how it's eaten up right there towards the top. So pretty much does the same thing. He fills the hole, re-drills it. And so all this at one time, gentlemen, used to be all sourced out, it was on send out. We're doing all this in-house. I'm trying to get our guy everything that he needs to where we can do this work rather than pay somebody else to do it. Just for a good example, he's building me a brand new bucket for the one of our long reaches. A brand new bucket will run me 9,000. He's gonna get it done for me for about 2,000. So,
You can make it as big or little as you want.
yes,
Does he have a good helper? Too?
he's actually on his own.
He's on his own.
He's on his own. Unless he needs somebody, then only somebody behind, but usually he's on his own. This is the ponds. Again, the ponds, we have started putting water in them. We didn't put much water in it, but we did put a little bit of water in it, and as you can see right there. So that's the second pond. Okay, some of the work we're doing out there right now is we're digging some of the berms out on these smaller canals. And some of our drains. This is the drain down here in Fabens. No, actually, I'm sorry, this is actually the west drain in the west side. These are the drains within the city of El Paso that are under the license 3001. So right now, I pretty much pulled all our excavators off, our drains, and I'm utilizing them on the Franklin. And some of these drains now are down here in the lower valley.
Talking of drains up there on the west side, did the one over there by that metal company, did they move all the debris and stuff out there?
Yes, yes, they have. In fact, let me see, I believe that was all these pictures here shows that drain. And you guys remember what it used to look like when we first started, right? This is not.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get to it right now.
There you go.
No, this is guess I mixed it up. Okay, it's probably right after these. This here is a wasteway that we had to install over by Edit Lane, also on the west side over by Upper Valley Road. This is a wasteway that's used to by the small tracks and by our canal to drain into this west drain. So we had to replace 40 feet of culvert here.
Which is going to a farm or what?
Yes, well, this is actually just a wasteway.
Okay.
That's a wasteway. Over to the other side, we got small tracks, but we utilize it for a wasteway for our canal. There it is. So this is over by, actually, this ain't it.
Silver.
That's what I was.
Yeah, this ain't it here. This is actually over here by the New Mexico, the west drain. This is still our drain, it's a border drain. Actually, Franklin Canal, this is upstream from right there by the G&H checks. You can see so the mowers are still doing the upper section of Franklin. That's what it looks like after we're done with it. And then we're also doing some some digging in our canals. And then this one here is up there right by Bovey Road. And over the years, rainfall has kind of pushed dirt against these rock walls. So we're just kind of removing the dirt away from the rock walls. The Guadalupe extension over by the port of entry. You can see the growth in the middle. And after we dig it out. At 270. You can see the growth in the middle. And then this is the Juan de Main. This is the area where we dug out during water season and we kind of stockpiled everything on top of our ditch bank. But now we're going back and removing this dirt and then taking it to areas where we need to raise our banks. It's just a little Zaragoza. Okay, this is the branch A, the area I'm talking about where it's underground. So this is the landscaping they're doing. We haven't found the last manhole at the edge. We're thinking that it's underneath one of them bushes. So unfortunately, I'm gonna pull 2 bushes out today.
For sure.
So there's the landscaping, we're looking for the first one, and we did find it.
Wow. Better mark them this time.
Oh, yeah. We had to pump everything out before we went in there, and you can see how inverted that culvert is.
Oh,
All the debris inside. And then this is Franklin, our repairman, repairing some of our turnouts. So we're still hitting the turnouts pretty strong. And then these are the Lowenstein checks. These checks were actually redone back when we shotcreted it, probably about 5 years ago. We never had demolition of the old gates, so we're tearing out all our old structures, because all this holds a lot of trash and debris and just gives Robert a hard time. You can see the checks are just right up the street from there. And then this is the section of Franklin that we are shaping at the moment. We're going to be doing shotcrete for about 500 feet here. You can see where we stopped just right up the street from there. And here we have a house that's a lot lower than the Franklin, and we're getting seepage from the Franklin under into his property.
Ooh.
And there used to be a lot of salt cedars there, because it's really funny because it's really all his property from the water that's been leaking is leaving all the salt on his yard. So we'll be doing 500 of shotcrete here.
Is that east of 375?
Yes, yeah, that's 375 right there that you can see in the background.
Is there a bike lane or some kind of gonna be done there? A continuation or something?
Yes, I believe J&L working on the walk path to continue
Walk
through
path or
that.
some kind of path?
Yeah, so upstream from there is
The trail?
The trail, some kind of
original
trail?
trail portion, so we're working with TxDOT right now and their consultant, ACOM, to continue that all the way downstream to the Salital heading, essentially where the Franklin Canal parallels the Alameda. And yeah, we're working with them directly as we speak and make sure we get everything covered like we did on the upstream portion. But yes, that's the plan on that left bank. As you can see, those poles are already problematic for our operation and maintenance, so this will take care of all that with the lining of the canal and dictates the trail and maintenance and we get.
So it's gonna be a win-win for us, it's gonna be a nice clean canal.
Yes, it's a good 5-mile portion, so, but yeah, Dr. Bear has already designed the section of that Franklin to shift it over when this all takes effect, and obviously it'll be brought to you all for consideration.
Yeah, it's still, we haven't seen the budgetary numbers that the funds are available to do the work that needs to be done, so, but as far as Pete, what Pete's talking about right now, Pete's gonna do a temporary fix, because we can't wait any longer. And we're not gonna spend any more money than we absolutely have to spend. In other words, it'd probably be a little thinner, a little less shotcrete than a normal job.
Okay.
No steel at all.
A little bit farther down, I saw them dumping dirt. Are you damming that up, or are you making a turn wider or something right there? This is just.
Yeah, that's at the.
Oh, no, we're dumping dirt there to narrow the channel. So we're gonna have to narrow the channel, so I started dumping dirt there a couple of months back, just to try to prepare for it.
I saw you have a big deal, but right there in the middle of that lateral, I was coming back from Tractor Supply yesterday, kind of like there.
Oh, no, what we're doing is we're removing the dirt.
I get you.
Yeah, we're removing the dirt. What we're doing is we're digging out the channel right now, and it's just a whole bunch of real watery mud.
Yeah.
So we're loading that in dump trucks and hauling it off so we can bring some fresh soil in.
Whatever it does, if we do go ahead with the TxDOT program, we're gonna have to rip it out. there's nothing scheduled right now. So this would be, I would think this might be in place several years before we get the TechStop program scheduled.
I think it's like
Right.
a 5-year deal. 'cause
And,
they-
yeah, and again, it's only 500 feet that we're doing.
Why would we rip it out now?
Canal finish.
We're gonna be realigning the canal.
Okay, and TxDOT, I remember now, so they're gonna pay for all that.
You know, that canal is a 100-year design because we want to do it only once because of the infrastructure being adjacent to the TxDOT facility. So it'll have steel in it and everything, so.
Okay, and this is part of that
Like
family.
I said, I think we can do sort of a low-cost seepage reduction type of project and not have to meet the same standards that we do with our normal shotcrete. In other words, do it on the goal is to get something in there to stop it from leaking water.
All right, and the win for us is this is part of that
Paso del Norte.
Paso del Norte
Sure.
path, but it's all gonna be on TxDOT at this point.
Right, yeah, and so I mean.
They're gonna move us over. Okay.
Now, the pros on this is that I'm already starting to align it, because here we have like a big S going through there.
Okay.
So I'm trying to, what I'm doing is I'm coming more into the right side to try to align it to reduce the curves that are in there.
Okay.
Now, if needed, if L&J would like, we could go ahead and install steel panels in it, we got them. Just whether it's, we wanna make the expense on us or just put it on TxDOT.
Pete, my feeling on it right now is do it as with the least cost possible.
Okay.
You're gonna do both sides, Pete, or just the one side, the right side?
No, I'm gonna do the whole channel.
And you're working in collaboration with TxDOT, with their master plan, whatever that's gonna be.
Well, I don't know,
Or do
I
they
don't know
even-
what
or
their
do they-
master plan is for this.
Or do they even know what's gonna be there?
They don't even have a master plan.
Okay, what the hell is that thinking? I just throw it out.
Yeah, so all I'm doing is making sure that I protect the district from something happening there and flooding out a house.
It's an immediate need, yeah.
Yeah,
it's- it's okay.
yeah, and you can see the house, how low they are, and it's that house right past that bush.
Gotcha.
That's the mud we were getting out yesterday.
Right, it's a seepage issue, not a
No,
canal line.
farther down, you've got there's a bulldozer down there. I didn't know, it was right, it's next to a crossing. I thought maybe we were widening a crossing.
Oh, you're talking about Passmore, no, there what we're doing,
Was it Passport?
yeah, right below, right above Passmore, yeah, no, what we're doing there is we're actually building a Tapanco in Franklin Canal, because Operation still has water, and the water from the Salitral is backing up. And City of Socorro is gonna be starting on the Bovi project,
That bridge,
on that bridge, right, so I'm just trying to get water from the
That's
top.
why I was.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you were afraid of the Tapanco we just placed.
Yes, it's the Tapanco we put
Yeah,
yesterday.
So right now, the effluent, it's backing up all the way to Bovie and, or Vineyard and Bovie. These guys are gonna come in November 1st and it will be saturated, so yeah, so that way it dries up here the next 2-3 weeks. They're gonna be constructing a bridge there, same as Rio Vista.
Yeah, they're real nice in this.
So yeah, they'll be starting November 1st.
You see here, you can start seeing how it, Franklin is starting to take shape, and you can see the turn, it's a big S turn there.
A big S? Is that what?
S turn.
Okay.
S turn.
I never know with these guys.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I flew by that one picture that you guys wanted, that you asked me about. Over by Silverman Road. But yeah, we've done all the mowing already. Right now, over by Silverman Road, I've already got an excavator out there. And what we're doing is we're getting all the debris from inside the channel and digging out the channel because it's real silted.
I can zoom up.
Yeah, so we're,
Do you know which one?
it was the one right before the drains there. It's right there somewhere. Okay, that's it, right there.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
They're real good.
So what, like you're mowing over there on the island over there, right?
Right.
What, we don't have nothing to say on the other side of the drain next to the fence?
What,
No.
talking about on the riverside?
No, the only thing we got there would probably be the gradall. I could probably get the gradall with a mower attachment that we have. That's got a 50-foot reach, but I don't think I'll get it all. But I'll get
We're doing a great job on this side.
on the left side, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's some areas.
Isn't that a deal that we had with, Border Patrol or somebody cleaning?
What was?
They are,
Last time,
Border
aren't they
Patrol,
with, like dump trucks and stuff right now or something?
Yeah. Cleaning the drain.
Border Patrol is responsible for the tops.
Tops?
We're responsible for the
Oh,
slopes.
for the, yes, right.
So,
What if we can't get on the top to get to the slope?
well, that's the problem. And,
No,
well, but
and
the
they're-
problem is
they're
not so
fixing it.
much, it's not so much the growth, the problem is it's just so narrow.
Yeah.
And that's why over where we're done the Shot Creek, now we can actually drive through there even with a dump truck, because we're actually narrowing the channel so much that we're actually building a right bank.
That's good.
But over in the area that Larry's talking about, we don't have any right bank.
Yeah,
It's
That's
even
where
hard to
the-
get into with
Chase,
business.
Isn't it? Where
I can't even go through my bike with her. Yes.
Talk about the drain.
Yeah.
You're not riding.
Now they're busting all the.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
That's why you're not riding your bike.
I'm like, you ride a bike?
Have you seen Larry on a bike? Cause I haven't.
Have you seen him on a bike? Have you seen him on a bike?
No, I don't
A
have-
motorbike?
Mr. Survive says he rides a
I've
bike.
seen Larry on a bike, a Toyota bike.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
He says you have
I'm
a
not
tricycle.
I'm just kidding.
You'll fall off. You get on a bike. Is Border Patrol a good deal with them or no?
Yeah, I think they're getting ready to walk away from it already. I got a call from them, last week. Cause they're kind of pulling away from it. You know, they only had a Bobcat and a 6-yard dump truck, so. But you know, considering that's the only thing they had out, they did some damage. But they're still,
So they go to you to see if you can do it or hire it out to somebody else?
well, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility, but you know, it's whether, should I fix something that we really need for the district or haul sand away?
Yeah.
So it's not one of my top priorities, and that's what I told them, I go, you know, we're gonna remove it, but it's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
Whenever I have a window to do it. Right now, I got more important things to do,
Yeah, oh, for
so it's more of a bother to them than it is to me. Any other questions for me?
Pete, thank you very much. I know you're busy.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you a lot. What time is it? 10:30, 10:27. Let's take a little 5-minute break now, then we'll come back and get all the licenses and stuff, okay?
Yes.
Everybody take a 5-10-minute break. Okay,
Perfect.
good time to go refresh your coffee.
Stop, are we taking a break?